Fania All-Stars, one of the best collections of musical talent ever assembled. It defined a new musical genre that would take the world by storm. The genre is called Salsa. In this collection of musical hitters was one of the best vocalists I ever heard, Pete El Conde Rodriguez. So on this episode of BIOS, we will talk about this salsa legend. Pedro Juan Rodriguez Ferrer, better known as Pete El Conde Rodriguez, was a salsa singer born in Barrio Cantera, Ponce, Puerto Rico on the 31st of January 1933. His son, also named Pete Rodriguez, and his daughter, Cita Rodriguez, are also salseros, with his son also doing Latin jazz. Rodriguez was a percussionist who started playing bongos at the age of 5 in his father's quartet El Conjunto Gondolero. After his father's death, at age 12 he moved to the Bronx, New York, during the 1950s. He graduated from Patrick Henry High School and from the New York School of Printing, now known as the High School of Graphic Communications Arts. He worked as a printer, however, was denied membership in the Printers Union because of its notoriously discriminatory practices at the time. In 1953, he was drafted into the U.S. Army. From 1953 to 1956, Rodriguez served as a paratrooper in Fort Benning, Georgia, and Fort Bragg, North Carolina, during Jim Crow segregation. After returning to New York, he performed with La Oriental Cubana, Los Jóvenes Estrella de Cuba, and Hector Sino's La Novel. While singing and playing the congas in a Bronx club Los Panchos, he was spotted by the bandleader Johnny Pacheco. In 1963, he released his first album titled Suavido. In 1964, Pacheco and his lawyer Jerry Masucci founded the Fania All-Stars, a combination of the best Latin singers and musicians at that time. Between 1964 and 1973, Rodriguez and Pacheco recorded 7 albums including La Perfecta Combinación, 1970, Los Compadres, 1971, and Tres de Café y Dos de Azúcar, 1973. In 1974, Rodriguez left the Fania All-Stars and concentrated on a successful solo career. His solo debut album El Conde, 1974, was an award winner. His 1976 album Este Negro C.S. Sabroso was rated 9th in Best Salsa Records at that time. That album featured one of his most popular songs, Catalina La O. Affected by the discrimination he faced during his career, Rodriguez recorded songs of freedom throughout salsa's biggest decade, including La Abolition, The Abolition, in 1976. During the 1980s, with the Fania All-Stars getting ready to break up, Rodriguez reunited with Johnny Pacheco and recorded 4 more albums between 1983 and 1989. Their 1987 album Salsovida was nominated for a Grammy Award. Rodriguez only recorded 2 albums in the 1990s, with one of his hit songs, Esos Tus Ojos Negros, being released in 1993. By 2000, he was hired by Tito Puente to provide lead vocals for a tribute to the late bolero singer Benny Moré. However, the album was released posthumously because Puente died on the 31st of May 2000. Rodriguez also had a heart ailment, but he refused to undergo bypass surgery as Puente did. On the 2nd of December 2000, Rodriguez suffered a heart attack and died at the age of 67. This is Tang. Pete El Conde's story is long overdue. I hope you like it, and I did it a little bit of justice. We gotta keep our legends alive so they don't get lost to history. With that being said, I wanna say, laters, and que viva la salsa.